Alright, we're going to use up whatever space I can off this board that's already has some cutting on it. For my purposes inside, I'm kind of drawing the shape here, but I need to measure. So it's 24, a little over 24. We'll put 24 wide. And then at its tallest, it's 21 over here. So on the tall side, we'll put 21. And then on the low side, 19. And I don't know if it'll make a difference when we try organizing stuff, but we'll see. And then I need to measure where that starts. So that's going to be 14. So we have 21 over here for 14 inches. Then it drops down. And at 19 and it's 24. So it'll make sense when we go inside and take care of getting that done. So let's head inside and get on program. Lay out some goats and hearts again. We are in Carbide Create. I have, typically my thing is set up for 24 by 24. But in this particular case, we need to create a slightly different shape. So we're going to do 21 inches high. And I'm just going to, I went and measured, this one's just a hair thinner. We're still going to do lower left. And so now it is 21 high. And if you remember, I went 14 inches in and then it dropped down. So what I can do is just come make a box. And we're just going to bring it over here. And I can put that here at 14. And we went from 19 to 21, so only 2 inches difference. So just to be safe, I'm going to go a hair under 19. So right about there. So anyway, this is going to be the space that is not usable. And I'll delete that when I'm done, but that's just there as kind of a placeholder. So this is my usable space. So let's go back in here and let's grab our goat. Trace it out. All right. And we're going to go 11 inches on these. All right. So again, that one looks fine there. We're going to copy it, move it over here. So we're going just a hair smaller than the ones. It turns out I was just a little bigger than they should have been anyway on the last ones. So that's fine. And now we're going to open up and we're going to, like she said, put as many hearts as I can in the empty spaces. Valentine's is coming up, so she's got a bunch of projects to do. So heart. Okay. Oh wait, no, it wasn't hearts, it was butterflies. All right, so there's the butterflies. Trace them. Good. And let's just get it up here, and then we're going to make these. Shoot, let me measure one. I forgot. These are 7-inch. 7-inch butterflies. Okay. All right, so there's our butterflies. Now we're just going to pack them in here. So it looks like this extra space may not do me any good, but we'll see here in a second. Okay. So yeah, we'll see. There's another one for here. And let's let's go back 90. Let's stick one there. And I feel like if we go another negative 90, put that over here. It'll be close, but I think I can make this work. So let's see here. We're going to go up on that one. I built myself just a little buffer there, so we'll see. What happens if I flip this? 180, does that change? No. All right. Let's try 45. No. There we go. Let's try. Yeah, I just don't think this is going to fit right. So, all right. Why try to fit it if it's not going to work? All right. Well, let's get rid of that one. Let's put this one back in. And we're going to rotate this one 90. Let's stick it there. So that still gets us 6 on this block, so that's not too bad. All right. Now, where I screwed up last time was I did, and then let's get rid of this because we don't need this anymore. Okay. So we're going to come in here. We're going to highlight anything. Now, I had created a contour, and I don't have to because I'm going to do the contour in here, and it's automatically going to go outside. So that's what we want in here. I got my depth set where I want it to. Depth per pass. I'm going to go 7 this time because then, what do we got? 8. If we're 0.24 divided by 4, that's 6. So we'll do 7. So that'll be, that should be fine. Okay. All right, so now it's going to cut to the outside. Let's take a look at what the simulation looks like. MDF. All right, that's much better. All right, so let's save our G code. We're going to put it back as butterfly goat. Yes, I want to replace it. All right, so now it's saved. Let's head over to the machine. We got our machine turned on. We are going to, whoops. We're going to home the machine, and I closed it on accident, but I went ahead and hit the home all button. So that's going to bring it back and home it properly. So I don't know if you have to or not, but I just like homing it before I send it back out to put wood down. I'm probably being a little overly paranoid about it, but to me it's just important. So, all right, now let's send this thing out. All right. And we are using a big piece of wood, so I'm just going to snap off the top where this was already cut, just to save me some grief. So now it's a little bit smaller and a little more manageable, so that's fine. And we're going to lay down some more tape. So that should be enough. And sorry to keep walking in front of you there. That one. So far it seems like 4 pieces has been good. I had a few problems yesterday when I did that second cut, but I don't think that was a tape issue as much as it was just a me being an idiot when I programmed it issue. Alright, so here this, now we need to make sure I have the taller side on the left and the shorter on the right, which is fine, that's how this is set up. And okay, so now that is all set. We need to get our probe and we're going to plug it in. And let's get this back over here. I need to make sure that I take out the dust boot. Trust me, I've screwed that up a few times. Let's get it close and then slow it down a little bit. Magnet on so it can sense it, and get ready to probe. And I'm just waiting for it to pop a green button up for me that I can probe with. Should be any second. There we go. Alright, and I forgot to change it to Imperial, so now let's go back and hit probe, continue, and we need to change it back to 125 because it's a 1/8 bit. Okay, and now it's going to do its probe. And all things being equal, it should go better today than it did yesterday. That double contour I did on accident really screwed things up, and stuff happens. Alright. There we go. So we are now homed. Time to put the dust boot back in. Okay. Let's hook up the vacuum. Put my tape back on. Alright. I need to upload my program like we talked about, so open the folder. I need to choose Butterfly Goat. And I bet you the time is going to be a lot shorter on this particular one than it was yesterday. I'm guessing probably 20-25 minutes. I don't like that. It still says 57. Well, we're going to see what happens. Otherwise, I'm just doing something really wrong. So, I'm going to get my eyes and ears on. All right, let's have some fun with it. check back in. All right, we're making progress. We're about halfway through, and everything looks like it's cutting great. So I don't really have any worries at this point. It's hard to see because the bar is covering it, but feeling much better. This is what I'm used to. I don't know how I screwed up so bad on the last one, but I'll get back to you here in about 28 minutes. Alright, we're getting a little closer. We're on our first goat. A little bit more to go and we'll be all done. Alright, we're on the home stretch here. It's on its last pass for this goat. Otherwise, we've got all 6 butterflies, the right goat, and this one will be done in just a second here. Cut out their legs. I forgot. I thought it was going to do something weird. I forgot it had to cut out the back leg there. I'm going to fix that real quick by going that into, I'm going to turn this off here. Alright, and that was just a case of me not having faith in what the machine was doing. It said it had a minute and a half left, but I forgot there was a hole to cut out and I thought it was going to do something weird. So, I'm not going to touch anything on the machine itself. But I'm just going to go back into Carbide Create, and I'm going to draw just these 2 inserts where they are, and then bring it back. So give me just a second, and we'll be right back. Alright, if I did my job right, it's going to take a quick pass around each goat, and then come back for the legs. 5 minutes. All right, here it goes on the feet. This should be the last 30 seconds here. Z-axis is up. This side of the carriage out of the way. So there is everything cut out. Now, okay, so then we have, there's our goats, and usually I just have to kind of go over them just a little bit with the tape. You get a little bit of sawdust mixed in. I was playing around with putting painter's tape on. This is not a big deal, it's just going to come right off here. Like that. Again, if it's got this tape, it comes right off. And then we're just going to pull this painter's tape off. I had tried leaving the painter's tape on and cutting through it so that when we did projects, it was already coated on the back for my wife, but it just isn't sticking well. I can't cut through it without it kind of tearing the edge. And when we do resin work, it's going to get in there and it just makes life really, really tough. So this was just a leftover sample that I tested on. And this will probably be the last time I cut without having my dust deputy hooked up. I was kind of in a hurry to get these done, so I didn't bother hooking it up, but I'll have it hooked up for the next video here. Alright, it's just that easy, so I gotta get running somewhere, but I'll let her clean the tape off the last two. And all that's left now is just to get this part cleaned up. This will just take a couple minutes. I won't bother you guys with it, but you know, again, I just kind of use the stickiness to kind of clean up whatever's on the table. And you know, just figuring out how it works. So we'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching.